London City Lionesses are the WSL's only independent club. They are new to the WSL, and they have got money to burn, with top stars including Kosovare Asllani, England international Katie Zelem, and world record transfer Grace Geyoro. This is a legacy dying to be built. The squad has room for improvement, but I think I can rebuild it and turn us into Premier League winners inside a couple of seasons. But let's see how it goes. So in the first transfer window, I went on a hunt for a brand new right back. Unfortunately, Lucy Bronze was out of our price range. So as a stopgap, I brought in New Zealand right back Ria Percival. But I also felt like I needed some more firepower. So I spent £375,000 to bring in England striker Beth England from Tottenham. And to back her up, I brought in Danielle Carter on a free. She was actually with London City last season and got released, but I thought I'd bring her back. In goal, Alberta Vingham-Anderson comes in to be our backup goalkeeper. And in front of her, we've added Christy Uchebe, a Nigerian international who joins us for £97,000 from Benfica. She's been joined by Claudia Wenger on loan from Bayer Leverkusen. And in front of her, we've added Christy Mewis on a free from West Ham. And Anna Jussendal on the left wing for, I believe it was £49,000. She joins us from Hammarby. And just for a bit of cash, Isabel Goodwin has joined Spurs for £145,000. Maria Perez has gone to Valencia for £17,500. And Sophia Jakobsen goes to San Diego for £8,000. But we've had a respectable pre-season, and it's time to go and play Arsenal. So our starting lineup for our first game in charge is Anderson in goal. It's Fernandez at right back, Lenari and Uchebe at centre half, with Pattinson at left back. Kumagai and Geyoro are our holding midfielders. We've got Nikita Paris on the right wing, Van der Donk as the 10, and Jussendal on the left wing behind Beth England. We've got Lette, Kennedy, Mewis, Francie, Sangari, Rodda, Carter, Wenger and Percival on the bench. And in terms of our tactics, in possession, we are playing this nice simple 4-2-3-1, just the standard out-of-the-box tiki-taka. And out of the box, again with the tiki-taka out of possession, we are playing with this 4-4-2 deeper formation. So combined, it's going to look a bit of a mess, but we'll make it work. So, without any further ado, let's get into our first game of the season on Football Manager. And hopefully we can pick up a win against Arsenal, because I think this is going to be will be a tough game. Arsenal are one of the best teams in the league, and we're going to need all the help we can get. So hopefully a result is about to come to us, but we're going to get to see the proper fancy new graphics for the first time in the series. Once it's done loading up, we're going to address the team and just do a lovely, we've got nothing to lose here, let's see what we're capable of. The talking to the media button has finally started working, and I'm going to say that I feel great. Goals win matches, always important to play well. Good job. There you go. I was paying attention to the questions, as you can tell. Arsenal start with Alessia Russo up top, Chloe Kelly on the left. Always a dangerous combination, but it looks like they're matching us at least in possession. We'll see how things go out of possession, and hopefully we'll get a good result here to open up the season. I have been set a target of finishing in the top half of the league. I don't think that's impossible. I mean, it should be very possible with what we've got. I'm having issues with the I've played the friendlies. I did something weird. I played the friendlies. New graphics look fine, but hair looks terrible. is my current takeaway, and we're on the ball straight away from kickoff as Nikita Paris goes back to Kumagai, and that was a pointless highlight. We're going to fly through the in-between highlights purely because I've never properly enjoyed the 2D match engine, so we're going to just make do. And now we're back on the ball. Geyoro to Uchebe, to Lenari. Lenari goes out wide for Fernandez, wide, but she was coming in as a sort of inside centre-half. Nikita Paris with a through ball for Van der Donk in that free role in the attacking midfield. Can she create something here? Goes back to Nikita Paris, always a solid player. Back to Geyoro, and that's come off everything. I think, well, I know it came off Danielle Van der Donk, but I don't really fully understand what happened. Hopefully we'll get a better idea from the replay highlight as Van der Donk plays it back there to Paris. Paris cuts the ball through back here to Geyoro. It's come off everybody, and Van der Donk's just kind of headed it in at the back post. Great goal. Bit of a random goal, but a great goal. It puts us 1-0 up against Arsenal with less than 10 minutes on the clock, and we are off to a flyer here. As some lovely play at the back now for Arsenal. Leo Williamson putting it forward now for Smith to Pelova. Pelova will look to play it back to Smith, but Yusendal has broken it down. Geyoro now on the ball. Go over the top, looking for Van der Donk again. He's going to get on this one. Cuts it back for Nikita Paris. Can she cut the ball back? She's going to go it alone. Across goal. Frankly, could have been a bit less selfish there. She had 2-3 teammates in the box waiting. But, you know, we live, we learn. And we are currently 1-0 up against what you would expect to be the champions Arsenal. So we're holding our own. McCabe now on the ball for Arsenal. To Chloe Kelly. Back to McCabe. To Cooney Cross. Forward now for Pelova. And Pelova back to Cooney Cross. To Williamson. Looking to go forward here for Smith. Smith on the far side. Pattinson should be closing her down and isn't, which is maybe a tactical tweak I need to make. But luckily the shot doesn't come to a lot. And we have definitely got away with that one. But we are still looking very, very good so far. I know all the stats say we've had the best of possession, but you expect that with a tiki-taka. As Chloe Kelly on the ball, she's drifted over to the right-hand side. Kumagai in there to break it down. In the team today, purely because Katie Zelem is injured, and Yusendal with a chance to run down the far side. Can she find a cross over to Beth England? She's beaten her marker. Geyoro into the box, and that was not far away. Whistles past the post. And we are very much on top. We shouldn't really be dominating Arsenal the way we are, which is interesting as Catley goes to Cooney Cross and back to Catley, to Little, out wide for Fox. Fox forward, almost gives the ball away to Pattinson. Just a second too late on the interception there. Smith back to Fox. And Yosendal again late on the interception. Ball goes across the goal. McCabe to Kelly with a chance to turn and shoot. And Chloe Kelly doesn't miss from there. That's 1-1, and we are... I say we are being pegged back, but we are still looking like the better team here. So I can't have too many complaints. It was well worked to get Kelly the space. I think I have liked my defenders closing down a bit more. I maybe have to look at some tactics to really tweak. Because I said I'm using out of the box tactics at the moment just while I get used to the new system. But I'm sure we'll come up with some fun way of closing down. Because our players are more than good enough to be putting up a fight at the back here. And I'm not unhappy with this as a first showing, to be honest. And that's half-time, and the stats are saying fairly even games so far, which, to be honest, I'll take at this stage, because I'm just trying to get to know the team better. We'll follow the assistant manager instructions saying that the passing has been good so far, because it has. We've kept possession well, and we are off for the second half with Alessia Russo just controlling things to start things off. McCabe to Kelly, and that's going to be the end of that highlight. So, Nikita Paris picking Chloe Kelly's pocket. Van der Donk to Paris. Paris going inside, back to Kumagai. Kumagai with just taking time, putting her foot on the ball. You don't see that in FM24, did you? Paris now with a ball from Van der Donk. Back to Van der Donk with a chance to create some havoc here. Into the box. Can she cut it back? She's tried to take a shot across goal. And Van Domselaar has tipped it wide. We're not going to see the corner, so that's going to tell me it came to nothing. We're on dynamic highlights. And Pattinson now with the ball for a free kick into the box. Across goal, Ichabi gets a header away. Saki Kumagai has put the ball away. We're back in front. Not even an hour played. I was starting to think about maybe making some changes. I might actually have to slow down the between highlights speed just to give me time to think. Game runs very, very quickly. Headed across goal. Well, I say headed across goal. Van Domselaar has tipped it away, but only as far as Kumagai, who's put the ball away to put us back in front. And we are looking very, very good as the Lionesses, and we're back into an immediate highlight, which is interesting. Kelly to Cooney Cross. Back forward for McCabe. Fernandez, again, not doing a great job of tracking. I'd like her to be tracking more. I might change that role once I make some subs. But luckily, that attack has come to nothing. I think when you're up against Chloe Kelly, you do need to be tracking more. And I think that will be a change I make, as McCabe now has a corner. Chloe Kelly has come short. We'll probably look to play it back out to McCabe. It has done. McCabe cutting it back for Little. First we've seen of Little, actually, in this game. Kelly to Williamson to Little with a shot. Almost commentator's curse, as Anderson tips that out for a corner. And now Chloe Kelly gets a chance to whip this one into the box. Can she create havoc for us? No, she can't. Beth England jumps to head it clear. Vanderdonk with a chance to let some players catch up to it. Maybe she kept her foot on the ball a little bit too long, as now it's with Leah Williamson. Forward now to Smith. Smith with a chance to run at us. Pattinson again tracking, but not really closing down. Does get a foot in there, sort of. And Yossendal and Geyoro team up to get it clear. But Arsenal are going to come back at us. Fox to Little, back to Fox. Ball over the top. It's a deep, heavy, well-played ball to Kelly. Probably doesn't bend like that in real life. But it'll ever see the ball bend like that in real life when Roberto Carlos wasn't on the end of it. But such is life. Beth England now on the ball, dropping deep. Yossendal with a chance to go forward. Another highlight that comes to nothing. But we're looking quite good so far as Vanderdonk back on the ball. Geyoro play it out wide, looking for Nikita Paris. Paris to Fernandez. Back to Paris again. Inside for Fernandez. Across for Pattinson, who's come inside now. And goes out wide for Yossendal to Geyoro. Have we got a chance here to build something? Yossendal back on the ball. Has a shot. It's very wayward. Probably deserved a better finish, that one. But you can't always get what you want. So I'm going to make some changes. I'm going to switch Fernandez to be a pressing fullback. And in fact, I'm going to do the same with Pattinson on the other side. I've learned the hard way to always make my subs on combined mode. I suspect it's probably time to make some changes. So we're going to send Francie on for Beth England up top. That's a good start. I don't want to replace Yossendal because I think she's looked good despite the fact she's only on a 6.62. I think she's looked good when we've seen her play. If you disagree in the comments, let me know. In fact, that might be the only change I make, although I am going to keep an eye on Pattinson and Kumagai because they're both tiring, and Yossendal is, in fact. Let's just have a little look at what we're doing in and out of possession with Francie. So she can play as a centre-forward pretty well, so that won't change our system too much. And I guess she does the same thing out of possession. I think that's working so far. I'm not going to make too many changes unnecessarily. We've got that weird glitch where suddenly the background disappears, but I'm sure that will go away as things develop. So Catley now on the ball. We've got some players who are struggling. Apparently Elena Lenari and Beth England don't look used to pressing at this level, which, I don't know, they'll have to learn, I guess. Beth England's not even on the pitch anymore, so it's not her problem either way as Pattinson goes looking to press and gets beaten actually by Smith into the box. Maybe it wasn't the wisest decision to have Pattinson change her role from fullback because she was on, or at least in defence, because she was actually doing quite a solid job. But I think I might make some more changes just to freshen things up a touch, purely because that's something isn't working. We'll go back to doing just the standard. She was on fullback, wasn't she? But we'll put them both on fullback because that seemed to be working for us. We will replace Pattinson if I've got anyone that can play left back. I haven't except Fernandez, so I guess Fernandez is switching sides. And we will get our first look at Rhea Percival in there. Have I got a holding mid on the bench? I do. I've got Rodar there, so she can go in for Kumagai. I think that will do us for now, unless I kind of want to take Yossendal off, but I don't know what I would do to replace her. This isn't the most balanced bench I've ever picked, to be honest, but I don't want to make too many tactical changes. I am going to send in Danielle Carter because I think she can do it. I think I've seen her play on the left before. I don't like that you can't click on the team screen to see what people are in position with. She can do it, just about. So we're going to have Danielle Carter go on the left-hand side just to have a bit of a change there. And Uchebe's looking aggressive, so I'm going to send in Wenger. That's 5 subs. I don't know why it's not keeping count there, but I'm sure we'll get there. Let's just see if that freshens things up. I just want to essentially prevent Uchebe from getting sent off as Kumagai breaks down play here. Fernandez forward for Vanderdonk. Forward again for Francie, who loses it to Little. Little to Cooney Cross, to Catley, to Cooney Cross again forward. But Fernandez gets beaten there. Kumagai with a chance to maybe make up for the earlier mistake. Doesn't. Uchebe gets beaten in the air by Alessia Russo. And that's not really the one. That was not what we were looking for. We definitely have to make those changes now. I do miss having shouts. I am missing having shouts. I feel like I can do something. I know they didn't really do a lot, but I feel like I changed the game here by shouting something. There's McCabe here with a great cross after the layoff from Smith. Uchebe gets beaten in the air by Russo, which makes it all the better that she's coming off, to be honest. And hopefully we can make something else happen in the second half, or in the remaining 5 minutes of the game to get a third goal, I should say. Little with the ball back to Cooney Cross. Paris trying to press here. Catley to Cooney Cross again. And we go all the way back to the goalkeeper here. And Van Domeslaar with a ball forward for Fox. Fox taking her time. They seem more comfortable on the ball when they're on turn. As Kelly gets into the box, Anderson does well to save it. Chloe Kelly, we know, is a proven match winner. And the wingers seem to be switching sides, which is nice. As I need to figure out how I do that in the tactics, because I'm told it's hidden in there somewhere. This game, it looks like it's just going to fizzle out, and we will quite happily, honestly, take a 2-2 draw on the opening day of the season against Arsenal. An Arsenal side who are predicted to do very well. In fact, I will show you the predicted table in just a second. We've proved people wrong by avoiding defeat, which I think is fair comment. And we've got ourselves a lovely match reaction. I'm going to say we edged out there, but a win would have been a fair result. We'll talk nice things about everyone, just in case we ever want to sign them. And I know this is just a beta thing, hopefully temporary. I don't like how things have started to stack up. But let's have a little talk about how things are looking for us in the WSL. So we can see what the season preview looks like. And it's got us down to finish in 4th in the table. You see Arsenal predict to finish 2nd. It's expecting Chelsea as runaway winners, but I actually think Arsenal are a better side on paper. I'll be proven wrong in real life. They often am over the course of the season. They're playing a very aggressive formation here, a 3-2-4-1. Interesting choices, but either way, let's see what we're coming back to with our fixture schedule. I want to have a few games where we skip. I think what I might do is I'll come back at the end of October for the next episode. We'll do the West Ham-Chelsea London doubleheader, because there won't be a lot of admin to get through, so we can just have a doubleheader of games. That feels about right. So, if you got this far, guys, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, leave comments down below. That all really helps out the channel. I'm trying to get to 500 subs in the beta. You can help me by subscribing. Do that. But for now, thank you for watching. I've been Chasing Laney. Stay safe and have a good one.